Hey people, it's me again. Anyways, I guess you've probably heard about what happened in Iowa as far as as far as my side of the whole argument be cheering, and all those other religious people would be like, oh, those activist judges have served the will of the people. We must put an amendment on there. But how? I know. Let's do a petition drive. Oh wait, I forgot. They'll do a petition drive over there in Iowa. So, anyways, since gay marriage is now legalized in Iowa, so it's probably might bring a little bit of hope as far as that goes in California to re-legalize gay marriage here, you know. But although if I'm a betting man on this, I would probably go with everybody on that maybe the Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, will probably uphold Prop 8. But, but, some people could be wrong in this. You know, we could hear maybe sometime next week or next month that they reviewed all the case files and all that sort of stuff and all of that, you know, and then say that Prop 8 is unconstitutional because it takes away the rights of a minority, and not simply because gays are just screaming loud enough to complain and all of that, but it simply is just a matter of principle. If you simply uphold a proposition to take one person's rights away, then what's next? Do we go and have another proposition to take away blacks' rights or rights of Latinos or so on and so on and so on and so on and so on so what do we have left here? You know. But anyways, the way I kind of see this as far as that goes is even if the state Supreme Court doesn't overturn Prop 8, there's also going to be a proposition to repeal that. And then who knows? It's probably going to get on the ballot, whether if it's in the primary election next year or the general election next year. Or if not, maybe in the next election, like a special election in 2011 or 2012, whichever primary elections, or the general election there. Or, as what I said earlier, like on another side, that the worst case scenario for any of those people who want to preserve traditional marriage is that, let's say, if the state Supreme Court already overturned Prop 8 and then they went ahead and did the whole recall election as far as any of those justices, and then let's say that we have like a new governor, a new Democratic governor, whether if it was Jerry Brown or Gavin Newsom or Villaraigosa as governor, and then the justices managed to be recalled as far as that goes. And then what happens here? We managed to have all these moderately conservative state Supreme Court justices be replaced by a more liberal justices, and then we have the Yes on 8 people to thank for. I mean, that's going to be the worst case scenario as far as it goes, because as much as what the saying goes, be careful what you wish for, and you just might get it all. You know. And who knows? I mean, the next time around, as far as that goes, we possibly get more liberal justices in the U.S. Supreme Court, as far as that goes with Obama. And I don't know if Obama is actually going to keep his campaign promise as far as repealing the Defense of Marriage Act, or just simply political pandering as usual. But who knows? But the way I see things as far as that goes, it's over time, it, social changes usually happens, and basically those people who want to uphold traditional marriages are simply delaying the inevitable. I mean, it already happened in Canada, and nothing happened. No huge little flood, earthquake, or whatever it was that destroyed Vancouver, or Toronto, or Quebec, or Ottawa, or Calgary, or Edmonton, or whatever, as far as that goes. And the same way was as far as with like when it legalized the Netherlands and Belgium. No huge little floods or something that destroyed Amsterdam or Brussels as far as that goes. Or the same thing as far as in South Africa. Nothing really happened that destroyed Johannesburg or Cape Town. And the same thing that just happened this year when Norway legalized gay marriage. Nothing happened. No big floods that flooded all the fjords in Norway. But as what they say, when Norway does something, Sweden follows. So next month, Sweden's also the next country to legalize gay marriage there. So, anyways, as far as that goes, I have this sort of strange feeling that that's pretty much what's eventually going to happen. And eventually, those people who want to uphold the traditional values of the sanctity of marriage sort of thing are going to be vilified in history, just like how we look down on the segregationists, look down on the KKK people, look down on the slave owners and all that sort of people. Because those people who were just simply afraid of black folks or something, and wanted to keep the black folks in their rightful places. And then here it is again with, as far as that goes, with gays, because since gays are in every which place in society, as far as it goes, every race, nationality, religion, and whatnot, gays are out everywhere, but couldn't tell where they are. So that's pretty much why they kept going around saying like, oh, gays are not a race, but there are gay blacks, gay Asians, gay Jews, gay Latinos, and then so on and so on and so on and so on and so on, as far as that goes. But the whole reason Prop 8 and all those other things like that was simply to keep the gays in their rightful places, so to speak. It's something that I just don't really understand from social conservatives is why they have to be so afraid of people who aren't like them, Why? That's just something I don't understand. So,